Hi, I'm Layne Gray, founder of Vivanista, and I'm very excited today that we have Betsy Glikbarg here, who is the chair of the Menlo Charity Horse Show, which is coming up on August 9th of 2011 in Atherton, California. So welcome, Betsy.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's nice to have you here. I'm really excited to hear about it because the Menlo Horse Show, Menlo Charity Horse Show, which is its own 501c3, started in 1970?
Absolutely.
Great. And so, how is it a one-day event? And it's primarily with the.
Well, it started as a one-day event, and which you may or may not know, it started as a one-day event to put a roof on the barn at the Circus Club. It wasn't a charity show; it was just a one-day event, and that event became successful. And the next thing we knew, somebody said, "Well, let's do 2 days," and somebody said, "Well, 5 years later, let's do 3 days," and then. Before we knew it, we were well into 6 days, which is now a AA horse show, and very dependent on our sponsors.
And how many sponsors do you have?
Well, last year we had 90 sponsors, and we're hopeful to have maybe even more. They're the lifeblood of the entire show. Without them, we wouldn't be able to give the dollar amount to Vista Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired, which is the parent company that we give the money to.
Great. So how do you incorporate sponsors into this 6-day show?
Well, we have a sponsor tent. There are many benefits that go with being a sponsor. And of course it starts with the sponsor party, and we have a sponsor tent where you can entertain clients, customers, friends over the 6 days. You have 6 seats or 8 seats in the sponsor tent. And we have a pro bono lunch that the Menlo Circus Club puts on for us. The event is at a private club, and that is probably one of the best venues that we could have, because it is not open to the public, and the sponsors can come in and they can eat in the clubhouse, they can eat in the sponsor tent. We have, as I said, many benefits that go with being a sponsor.
Mm-hmm. So it's a horse show, a AA horse show, and then are there social events in association that somebody could go to if they weren't just going to the horse show?
You mean if they were not sponsors?
Correct, yeah.
Lots of things. They certainly can come to the club for lunch, and there is an admission, and we really do that because anything that we can do to make some money is very important. And so there's a $10 fee to come into the club. However, if you're under 12 or over, I would say probably 50 as a senior, they come in pro bono.
Oh, wonderful. So tell me about the beneficiary, the Vista Center for the Blind and Visually Impaired. How long has the Menlo Charity Horse Show benefited that organization?
26 years.
Oh.
And it was an easy decision to make at the time because I was on the board of Vista Center, and the horse show itself was really searching for a charity because it was held at a private club. But a private club, if it's a nonprofit, can only make X amount of dollars, and the horse show all of a sudden was bringing in too much money. So instead, now we pay rent to the Menlo Circus Club,
mm-hmm.
and the proceeds, which last year were a little bit over $460,000 that we gave to Vista Center.
Oh, that's wonderful. So if somebody was not going to go to all 6 days, what days should they go to?
Well, I always like the days, or we have night classes too, and most of the professionals ride in the night classes, and that's where we get our Olympic riders, because we do have riders that either have been in the Olympics or are anticipating being in the Olympics. And we have one that was in the Olympics 2 years ago who comes every year.
Really? Wow. And where do the riders and their horses come from? Is it just Northern California?
Northern California, Southern California, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada, and
That's
Arizona,
awesome.
Colorado.
Great.
So
so the professional riders are at night, so that would be a good time for people to go.
I think if you're going to come and view it, I think the night classes are probably, when I say night, it's 6 o'clock. But the professionals can go anytime, really. but the night classes are the ones that they're primarily in.
So, getting back to your sponsors, so of the 90 some odd sponsors that you have, any that you can name for us?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Well, we'll put it on the website. So.
Right. Tiffany's, Neiman Marcus, Michael Kors, 8 different banks.
Wow.
Individuals, riders. Our horse show sells out, and it sells out primarily because of our awards. We don't call them trophies. We have awards from 5 different stores, and they all come wrapped individually. So any rider that gets an award, it's like Christmas. You know, you say, "Ooh, what's inside this?"
Oh, that's nice. So how many women or men are on your committee?
We have about 150 on the committee, and I think primarily maybe 10 men, and the rest are women.
You've accomplished so much, individually. What do you look for when you work with an event chair? What kind of qualities makes an event chair really great?
Probably organizational structure and disposition.
I think you have a fantastic disposition. I really do.
Thank
I
you.
can see why people would want to actually work with you.
Thank you.
Of those sponsors, for the viewers that we have from around the country, what tips could you give them as to being anywhere close to being as successful as you have been with sponsors? What should they look for? What should they be doing to cultivate?
I think being honest, telling them what you can give them, what you expect from them, and what they should expect from you. Because any sponsor that we have, we feel very strongly about giving back to them. And so just to go in and ask somebody for money and then walk away and not following up with them is not good. I think you have to thank them and keep thanking them, and I don't care whether you send them a birthday card or a Christmas card, or just say thank you.
That's a good idea.
You can't thank enough.
Right, good. Well, I'm sure everybody's looking forward to the Menlo Charity Horse Show, which I believe begins on August 9th. Is that
That is correct.
Great. At the Menlo Circus Club in Atherton, California. So Betsy, thank you so much for your time.
Layne, thank you for your time, and thank you for doing this. It's a wonderful gift that you do.
Oh, thanks. Our pleasure.